welcome to From Shambles to Shambhala. Well, we've managed to navigate our way through a really challenging month of Scorpio energy, taking a deep dive into the underworld, and the intention was for us to really discover at the deepest possible level all those aspects of us that we are completely and totally done with. It's the shedding of all the final snake skins to set us free. Getting down to the root of who we really are, our true identity. And that can be challenging. It can be scary because we have to go to the most vulnerable place in our existence to get there. And if we were not prepared to get there on our own account, then unfortunately, because of the energetics of the time, things happen to force us to take that deep dive and that deep look into ourselves. So we've moved through that energy now, and we're now moving through Sagittarius. The first gene key as we move into Sagittarius is the 34th gene key, which is this powerful upsurging energy. So I liken this to the phoenix rising from the ashes. In this case, from the deep, deep waters of Scorpio, emerging out through the surface of the phoenix rising, the fiery energy coming out of the cocoon and setting a new path, a new pilgrimage as we step into that fiery Sagittarius energy to now really begin our true journey for this next phase of our life. Really focusing on what we are here to be in the world at this really critical time here on the planet. And I just want to refer back to a very interesting event that took place on November the 2nd that will be having an influence for several years to come. This event was called the Three Norths, and the Three Norths refer to the grid points pointing towards the North Pole. The first one of those we're all very familiar with, which is the global line that goes right through to the North Pole, which would be on 0 degrees of longitude. And then the second grid line would be the grid line on a map, a flat map, which would also take us up to the North Pole. But because one of those lines is curved and one of them is straight, the only place where they come into alignment, and I don't know the physics behind this, but is at 2 degrees west of Greenwich Mean Time of 0 longitude. So 2 degrees west of 0 is when those two lines come together in an alignment. And that's always the case. However, what happened on November the 2nd was magnetic north, which the last time I knew about it was over the Arctic of Canada, has been slowly migrating east. And on November the 2nd, that line merged with the other two lines right on the south coast of England. And now those three lines are conjunct, they're lined up. And the magnetic north line is going to start moving up the spine of the United Kingdom, moving right from the south coast right through the heart of England and out through the north coast of Scotland. It's going to take 3.5 years. And the gifted medium Amanda Ellis tuned into this, and through her connection with Archangel Metatron came to the conclusion that this was the Kundalini energy awakening of the United Kingdom, but that would spread out across the whole globe. Now, what was really interesting about this from our perspective was that Oracle Girl, who had been in Europe previously, came to England to do a live event on the weekend of November the 12th. And just before that, she spent some time in the landscape of the southwest of England, inviting people to join her as she was connecting to those sacred site earth energies. So it seemed to be more than a coincidence that she would be there working with the ley line grids as this event took place. the beginning of this journey up the spinal column of England. And in her latest transmissions, Oracle Girl has been talking about the need for us to connect to the Earth grid, the new Earth grid, not the old Earth grid. That the new ley line grids and vortexes are being awakened and activated. And the key element to this is wherever you are on the planet, whether you're at home or traveling, wherever you are standing on the Earth, provides you with an opportunity to connect into that new Earth grid. It's almost like the acupuncture points on the globe. Wherever you stand, you're like you're a needle into the whole meridian system of the planet. So I really urge you, whenever you are out and about in the next few months, in any new location, really tune yourself into the energy of that space and feel the connection to all of the similar connection points across the globe, because we are setting into motion the new Earth energies at this time. That leads me into the winter solstice, where again another wonderful dowser, Rory Duff, has found that on the 4 most significant dates in the calendar, the 2 solstices and the 2 equinoxes, all of the ley line grids and vortexes come into resonant frequency. They come into this resonant rhythm for several days over these periods. And we've got the winter solstice coming up in about a month's time. So it'd be really, really valuable for all of us to choose to do something on the winter solstice, December the 21st, to connect into those energies. Throughout history, ancient civilizations have honoured that day when the sun first emerges on that winter solstice morning, to align with these sacred sites, with these stone circles, when the sun first kisses the earth, and there is this powerful, profound alignment between the sun and the earth for us to align ourselves with. And then we can come into rhythmic resonance with the whole planet and really begin to anchor in and capture the new earth energy grids. So I hope you will pilgrimage through the rest of this month in the sign of Sagittarius, following your highest purpose, your true meaning for being here on the planet, and seeing the biggest perspective. Jupiter has just turned direct, right in the final degree of Pisces, a really spiritual position. And then on that winter solstice, Jupiter is going to be at 0 degrees of Aries, as the Sun will be at 0 degrees of Capricorn. This is called the world axis, and it's the beginning of a whole new journey. We think about the birth of Christ around this time on the winter solstice, so this is an opportunity for you to rebirth yourself into the world in the way in which you truly want to be, in your contribution to this unfolding of the new divine plan here on Earth. So I hope you have a really good month moving into the winter solstice, and a happy holiday season.